Are you ready for the biggest game of the United Counties League season? Live here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. As you can tell, we've got the Borough fans right in front of us. They're a noisy lot, let me tell you. We're just about to start off here at the Nuneaton Stadium. Please, for the love of God, save me. I'm outnumbered here. And we are underway. We have just got things started here at the Nuneaton Stadium, and I'm got to say, I think I'll be out of a voice in 5 minutes. This place is absolutely deafening. Coventry United kicking from left to right in the red shirts. Coventry United, their visitors in white and blue, Nuneaton Town. And Charlie Faulkner already getting stuck in, an early foul given in favour of Corey Carivers on the right-hand side defence. Let's get into your starting lineups. Kicking off with Coventry United. Number 1, Dan Moore. 2, Harry Sawyer. 3, Jimmy Richardson. 4, Shay Palmer. 5, Chris Cox. 6, Luke Downs. Number 7 is Cody Mullen. Number 8, Charlie Shaw. Number 9, Charlie Faulkner. Number 10, Benji Adamarco. And number 11, Cameron Dunn. And for Nuneaton this afternoon, number 1, Brandon Back. 2, Kai Thomas. 4, Corey Carivers, the Borough skipper. 6, Loiso Recchi. 8, Dex Sommel. 9, Kyle Jardine. 11, James Harrison. 14, Issa Sawyers. 15, Aaron Brown. 16, Tally Jallow. And 20, Ben Richards. There's a throw-in on the halfway line to Nuneaton Town. The club who has been through so much in the last few years is going to be hoofed up the right-hand side. Loaded up by Cox. Adamarco now to Jimmy Richardson, playing up right back this afternoon as he has the last couple of afternoons. And it's charged down the left-hand side by James Harrison. United have a throw-in just into their own area. Richardson sporting the man bun look this afternoon. Let's hop down this near side, headed on by the number 8, Dex Sommel, who got the winning goal the last time these two sides played each other. Now it's out wide with Harry Sawyer. Downs, sending Cameron Dunn on the run. Dunn got a double on Saturday to guarantee the Red and Greens player position. It was in towards Charlie Faulkner, booted out by Aaron Brown, the man-mounted centre-back who replaced, of course, played under Terry Anderson at Highgate. And a free kick. Harry Sawyer going in from the side. Well, this is an atmosphere like we have not seen at the Nuneaton Stadium in many a year, for a football match at least. Last time I can remember it so raucous was back in 2017 when Coventry United played Bromsgrove Sporting in a free draw in the FA Vase. And Brandon Back to take this goal kick from the right-hand side. You can barely hear yourself think in the XL Motors stand. Launched out of danger there by Shay Palmer. And upfield with Back. Brandon Back brings it under control for the Borough. Jardine is up for it, the goal machine in blue and white. Cox wins that aerial duel. It's now with Corey Carivers. Kai Thomas, high angle ball towards Issa Sawyer. And it's shepherded into touch by Coventry United's Harry Sawyer. So we've got Issa Sawyer and Harry Sawyer down that window's not going to get confusing at all. Thomas. Block put in by Harry Sawyer for a Borough corner. And you can hear the travelling fans almost outnumbering the Coventry United supporters here. Corner put in from the right-hand side. Headed by Brown and hooked away from the near post. Harry Sawyer getting in on the action early on towards the railway end. Harrison. Back to Sommel. Harrison. Low cross diverted out for the corner by Shay Palmer. Was it? No, kept in by Jimmy Richardson at the expense of a throw-in on the far side for the Borough. Thomas with ball in hand. Plays a 1-2, and it's not the best of crosses from Thomas. Unmanned header away by Cox. Sommel. Shea Palmer up for it. Cody Mullen couldn't bring it to feet. Not a popular man with the travelling supporters, but a wayward ball to the right-hand side from Kai Thomas results in a Coventry United throw. Up towards Mullen. And after another throw in, Corey Carrillo's leaping above his former teammates. Sawyer. Off the head of Mullen. Thomas with the headed clearance. Mullen tries to bring it to feet but can only flick it out wide in front of the former Coventry United management duo, Russell Dodds, Darren Acton. Ill-fated 2 months in charge under the chairmanship of Joe Haggerty. Didn't get the chance they deserved way back when. And they were ironically brought in to replace Terry Anderson. Anderson brought back to the club in November after the sacking of Ellis Lane, the end of the interim stewardship of Jamie Bakaski. And a little too physical from Sommel there on Shea Palmer, according to the referee. No real opportunities so far in the opening 6 minutes.
Are you the commentator?
Camera isn't, Mike is. It's away by Jallow. Here's Jimmy Richardson. Charge down on this near side. James Harrison and Nuneaton, you have to say, are covering the area very well. It's a very expansive pitch here at the Nick Newbold Stadium, one of the biggest in the league. And it's favoured Coventry United well. They have not lost on home turf since the very first match of the season against Aylestone Park. Hopeful ball down the right, just the other side of that corner flag. And there will be a throw-in right in their own danger zone for Nuneaton Town to defend. No Callum Carsley at left back to take the throw-ins this afternoon. He did start on Saturday during that 2-0 defeat to local rivals Aviston. Chested down by Mullen. Charlie Shaw flicks on. Jallow nods it up. Off the head of Charlie Faulkner. Recchi only as far as Coventry United's Cody Mullen. And Charlie Shaw off the post! Those are the margins on an incredible occasion like this. A lick of paint away from Charlie Shaw, putting the red and greens in front. Richardson with the Gunnarsson special in. Jallow hooks it towards the goal machine, Kyle Jardine. Afield towards Issa Sawyers, putting Chris Cox under pressure, and Cox all the way home to Dan Moore. One swipe of the boot later, and it's firmly back in the Nuneaton territory. Brown. Auto control from Cody Mullen. And Cameron Dunn wrestled from behind by Kai Thomas. Coventry United with a free kick halfway into opposition territory. You feel my voice going already? 2 games in 3 days is bad enough, but with an atmosphere like this. Charlie Shaw, with the only meaningful effort on goal so far, is going to send this one straight into Dream Street. And Shaw's going to go for it. It may have worked for Coventry Rugby Club. It'll be a 3-pointer for the blue and whites, but not for the red and greens. Second short to Recchi, the former Rugby Town centre-back, plenty of step 4 experience. Went down to step 6 to be a part of the new Nuneaton project. Jardine, no one home on the right side, so Harry Sawyer takes it over for Coventry. Chris Cox, lofted ball for Charlie Faulkner. Mullen steps in with a challenge but can't dispossess Carruthers. And Sawyers trying to get the wrong side of Cox, the wily old veteran in the twilight of his career. Tried to clear it, it connected with Carivers and off the lines are on that far side. We do hope you can hear us on the Coventry TV YouTube channel. Bounces over Dunn. And Cameron Dunn steaming in on big Aaron Brown. And the Nuneaton continue the assault. Give him a head sounds breaking up in the midfield. Ritchie looking left for Ben Richards, and Jimmy Richardson leaping like a salmon to send it out for another throw-in level with their own area. And there's been a goal in the game between Atherstone. Atherstone have just taken the lead in their match. Oh, it is mathematically possible that Atherstone can win the league. Well, I think we all know Nuneaton, with 2 games to go, are in the driving seat. Atherstone still with 4 games to go. And that goal coming from Lewis Collins, who got both goals on Saturday. It's a long one over the bar there from Jallow. Now remember, Nuneaton only need 1 point this afternoon. If they get the point, they are champions. Coventry United, of course, have already secured their spot in the playoffs. They can't overtake Nuneaton in the league, but they're looking to get 2nd or 3rd to ensure home advantage in the semi-finals. We do try and keep it PG here on CUTV, but you may hear a couple of wayward words. That's on occasion like this, I think we can forgive it. Adamarco through above for Jimmy Richardson, and it's curling towards that far post, and it's a neat gather from back. We've seen stranger goals than that towards the Bucks Road end. It's back looking for an option down the right hand side, and Issa Sawyer against Harry Sawyer. Sawyer with the acrobatic clearance. Kai Thomas. Jardine up for it on the edge of the area. Chris Cox claiming it. Sawyer. Off the head of Cameron Dunn. Coventry United prolonging the assault. Well, the highlights will be available tonight on the Coventry United TV YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Tally Jallow. Covered up by Sawyer. It's not going to give up that easily, but slid out of danger by Sawyer. Cody Mullen. Dangerous turn away from Jallow, but it's got the job done. Lisa Recchi will let that trickle all the way out for a throw-in. And is Brandon Back going to take it? I think he's going to wait for outfield assistance. Indeed he is. "13 minutes gone here at the Nick Newbold Stadium. The Buckspark Arena recently renamed in honour of a former executive of Coventry Rugby Club, Nick Newbold. This famous old ground has seen some incredible memories over the last 9 years for Coventry United, but the one thing it has not seen in that time is promotion for Coventry United. Those dreams are still very much alive. It's a long ball up from the back from Shea Palmer. Charlie Faulkner bringing it down and looking to take on the entire Nuneaton back line on his own. He needs support. It's deflected into the path of Brown, who sees it back to back. Sent skyward by the Nuneaton number 1. And Harrison has taken a bit of a blow to the face there from a wayward arm of Jimmy Richardson. No foul given. But it will be a halt in play as Coventry United just try and reset for the throw-in. The referee wanted to make sure that Harrison is okay. Oh, and a big goal here if you're a Coventry City fan. Leicester, of course, at the very bottom of the table, and they are losing at Sheffield Wednesday. Jerry Yates in the 2nd minute. Now, believe me, I want Leicester to go down more than anyone. I'm half Leicester, but Coventry through and through. Charlie Shaw brings it back for the red and greens. Sent high into the sky by Recchi. Luke Downs just at muscle Sommel. Charge down on Charlie Shaw. Luke Downs couldn't bring it back for the red and green. It's out wide now, down the right-hand side with Kai Thomas, looking for the run of Issa Sawyers, and Cox trying to shepherd it out, but Sawyers just got past him, and Cox is saved to the ground and bringing the ball away cleanly. Driving run down the left from Sawyer. Looking for the run of Charlie Faulkner. You have to go with a recognised striker this afternoon, and the ball trickles all the way out for the Nuneaton goal kick. Nuneaton do look the more dangerous side at the moment, but it's early days yet. Dangerous play from Recchi. Back to back. Brown, and Recchi's got a bit more space to utilise. Jardine's the target. Down stumbles under the challenge, and a bit of a nothing free kick given against Nuneaton there. It was more of a stumble from Downs, but Coventry will try and use it to full effect. Here is Luke Downs. And Sawyer, a wayward ball to the left, bounces on the touchline and eventually over it, level with the Nuneaton penalty area. Full-time results from the Championship: Portsmouth 2, Oxford 2, and Millwall 1, Norwich City 2. So a big defeat for Millwall in their hopes to overtake the likes of Middlesbrough and Ipswich. So it means that Coventry City are that much closer to gaining promotion to the Premier League. They've got Hull City away tonight. We'll let you know what's going on around the grounds in the United Counties League when we can. And Richards down the middle, and Dan Moore with a competent gather. That's a poor clearance, and a Marco off balance. Can only send it back to Brown. Richards stabs it out for the throw, right in front of the CUTV camera. Richards Harrison shepherded away from the ball by Cody Mullen. 20 gone. 20 minutes gone here on CUTV, still scoreless. Here's Charlie Faulkner. And the crossing by Faulkner is deep, and it was towards Cameron Dunn. Brandon back. Blighy's opposite number hasn't had too much to do this afternoon, but what they've both done, they've done well. Back has been the busier of the two. Nuneaton have been pressing more. It's the defence who have dealt with it on the vast majority of occasions for Terry Anderson's side. Here's Shaw, dinks it towards Charlie Faulkner. Headed clearance by Richards. Onto the ball is Harrison, falls back into his own half of the field. Aaron Brown smacks it off the top of the XL Motors stand. Right. It certainly looks like an NFL player. That was an NFL clearance. Richardson. And the referee has given a foul throw. The right leg of Jimmy Richardson was up. He had to have both feet planted, of course, for a throw-in. And Richardson didn't abide by that law of the game. Ben Richards at left back. High one along the left flank. Jardine the target, won't reach him thanks to Richardson. Carivers, and Benji Adamarco snatched it away and plays the through ball for Charlie Faulkner. Will he get there ahead of Leo Sorecci? He slides in and he'll get there first. It's Faulkner, squares it, looking for Cameron Dunn. Crucial intervention by Kai Thomas to prevent what would surely be an inevitable Coventry United opener.
Put your phone down, you fucking gimp.
It's out for the throw-in taken by Richards. Looked like he went straight in and straight out. It did indeed. Harrison on the line, but took it over the line crucially. So it will be given in favour of, in fact it's been given in favour of Nuneaton. Apparently it didn't even enter the field of play. So after a short delay, Ben Richards will take it. In fact, now he's been told to head back to the correct position. And Bristol City have just taken the lead in their match against Sheffield United. Moulton with a quick fire double against God Manchester through Matty Long and Nathan and Manning, keeping their top five hopes alive. It's still 1-0 Aviston in that local derby against Hinckley, and Ayleston Park 2-1 down at home to Leicester Nirvana. The playoff race is changing every second in the United Counties League. Sawyer on Sawyer. It's Harry Sawyer who wins the aerial battle. Kai Thomas and Jardine into a penalty area which saw no blue whatsoever. Dan Moore with a simple gather. Cox. Looks for Adamarco. Richards should see it home with the header. Chest control by Brendan Back. And draws in Cameron Dunn before picking it up. We are halfway through the first half here on CUTV. 23 minutes gone, still scoreless. And the Carl Jardine fan club standing in front of us. An emphatic goal scorer. United have felt his wrath this season. Richards. Sommel being held from behind by Luke Downs on the slide. Couldn't prevent Nuneaton putting it into the air, but again, the final ball is lacking for Dodds and Acton's side. And it's Moore drifting left over the head of Cody Mullen. Faulkner the target. Carivers. Again off the bonds of Faulkner, the hometown boy. And charged down by Charlie Faulkner. There was appeals of handball. Referee says no, but it's easy dealt with by Brown. And now Issa Sawyers. At muscle by Harry Sawyer. Finds Shaw in a little pocket of space in the midfield. Cody Mullen against his old club. Wants to put the champagne on ice for the Nuneaton Town this afternoon. Mullen threads the needle to Benji Adamarco. Adamarco squares it. Again, it's like Issa Recchi and sent out for the throw-in via the thigh of Cody Mullen by Ben Richards. Richards along the flank. Jardine tracking back. Finds Jallows, had a quiet afternoon so far. Sending Kai Thomas on the run down the right-hand side. Little barge after the fact by Cameron Dunn. Referee waves play on. It's Issa Sawyers level with the area for the Nuneaton Town. Down line with Kai Thomas once more. Jallow has got Luke Downs in close proximity. And it's launched over Sawyers, and the chance for the Nuneaton Town here. Takes a tumble under the pressure of Chris Cox. No touch from the skipper. Carivers marginally keeps it on that far side. Jallow, aimless ball along the right flank, and Coventry will let that one go out for the throw-in right in the corner. Has a 17 saying, how do you actually watch the game? Unfortunately, due to the 3 o'clock rule in every league in England, the broadcasting of video footage of 3 o'clock games is prohibited, so it's live commentary only. There will be highlights tonight on the Coventry Night TV YouTube channel. And it will be a throw-in. Thomas. Jallow marshalling for position with Harry Sawyer. Sawyer forced down, and Chris Cox finishes the job. Benji Adamarco makes the hopeful run. Will he get there ahead of Aaron Brown? Yes, he will. And Benji Adamarco looking to hook round now for Coventry United's opener. It's Adamarco, and Coventry United take the lead. The Nick Newbold Stadium erupts. Benji Adamarco sealing his moments. We all know that Adamarco could outrun a cheetah. He curled around Aaron Brown and slipped it through the outstretched Brendan back as Coventry United upset the apple cart in CD1. The Nuneaton fans came here expecting a champagne spectacle. Coventry United have put the bubbly firmly back on the ice through Benji Adamarco. Coventry United 1, Nuneaton Town 0. I think we may have a few injuries in front of us here. A raucous celebration from Coventry United, but the Nuneaton fans defending their honour. I think we've still got a bit of deep heat left over from the Newport match. Here's Jallow. Nuneaton trying to get back on terms. Swiftly switch of the play on the far side by Carivers, and great work by Kai Thomas to get there first ahead of Harry Sawyer. It's Issa Sawyers through for Thomas. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can, but it trickles towards the near post, and Dan Moore stops it, allowing Kyle Jardine to close in before he gathers. "29 minutes gone, at the Nick Newbold Stadium, and Adamarco has beaten Richard to the punch from that long ball. Benji Adamarco, it's behind Charlie Shaw. Charlie Faulkner nudged down from the side by Corey Rivers, and Coventry United have the free kick just outside the area. And from the free kick, Coventry United can extend their advantage, and it's Chris Cox and Cameron Dunn standing over it. It's a rarity to see Chris Cox on a set piece. And straight through the wall, deflected out for the corner. Charlie Shaw heads over for the whip in from the left-hand side. Delivery from Shaw towards Cox at the far post, couldn't make contact. And it looked like there was a collision between Brown and Cox. Cox thankfully okay. Running into Aaron Brown, it's like running into a walk-in apartment building. There will be a goal kick in the closing stages of the first half in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Nuneaton, it's a poor clearance, looking to play it down the right-hand side for Kai Thomas, but it's been given away cheaply just outside the area for a throw-in for Coventry United. The Nuneaton have got to keep their composure here. They can't let this opportunity slip away. Harry Sawyer. Off the head of Mullen, easily cleared. Hooked back into the danger zone by Richardson. Towering header by Jallow. Harrison, caught in a rock and a hard place, but finds Richards, who ends the danger. Mopped up at the back by Shay Palmer, the former Highgate United skipper, joining from Worcester City on a dual reg early this season. And Faulkner looked to trickle it along the touchline. It just edges over in the hopes of finding the former Borough man, Cody Mullen. Richards. Came off the shoulder there of Harrison. Shay Palmer first the seconds. Recchi. Towering header by Cox. Adamarco knocks it back to Cameron Dunn. Fair game, said the referee, as Carruthers sends Dunn to the deck. And now Thomas looking to make inroads for Issa Sawyers. And Sawyers challenged by Harry Sawyer. And the final touch came off the red and green's left back. Throw in knocking on the door of the Coventry United box. And it's going to be a Hail Mary in from the right-hand side. Kai Thomas with ball in hand, looking to give Nuneaton their first real opportunity of the game. Cox says not today. Harrison, now Jallow, it's under hit and picked off by Charlie Shaw. Looks for Faulkner. Good strong challenge in from the side by Laiuso Recchi, and Coventry United go no further. Throwing in front of a disgruntled management pair of Russell Dodds and Darren Acton, who are hoping to see their side claim the title today. It's the closest thing that Nuneaton have to a home game left. Their final home game was against Aviston on Saturday. They can't lift the title in front of their own fans at the Oval, but they can lift it today in a CV postcode. Their final match takes them to Northampton Soilby Rangers this time next week. But United, they still have Easington Sports on Saturday, a midweek game at home to Bugbrook, and then the final away game on the last day against Marchtown United. 10 to go until half-time. And Lutterworth have taken the lead in their game against Daventry. It's 1-0 there. And the throw-in routine doesn't work out for the Nuneaton, off the head of Issa Sawyers, and United will regroup with the throw-in in their own backyard. Sommer with the interception. That final ball has been lacking from the Nuneaton. This time it's Cox picking it up. Neat control there actually from Russell Dodds as it's sent out for the throw-in right under his nose. Thomas back to back. Well, United have played Nuneaton twice at the Oval this season in League and Cup. This is the first meeting between the two sides ever at the Butts Park Arena. And as we said earlier in the match, Coventry United have not lost at the Butts since the opening match of the season against Ayleston Park. Charlie Faulkner sends it around Carrivers, but Aaron Brown will deal with it. Mullen brings it down, high, lofted ball towards Benji Adamarco. Heads it away from Richards, takes it all the way into the corner, and just over the line. Adamarco thought he'd got there in time for the cross. Well, thank you very much for your support on Coventry TV's YouTube channel, on the live commentary this afternoon. Apologies if the audio does get a bit distorted, but it is a raucous atmosphere. Slide by Downs. Faulkner blocks attempted clearance. Appeals of a free kick from both sides there as Dutton and Thomas locked up. Gave him a head toss breaking out on the edge of the area. Aaron Brown took it too close to comfort for Benji Adamarco, but Ben Richards eyes the prize. His long ball off the head of Shea Palmer. Jallow. Now Richards. Aaron Brown. Carrivers receives from Recchi. And it's a hopeful ball for James Harrison, who has swapped wings, but still to no avail. Nuneaton have not really put on the sort of pressure that Dan Moore would have been expecting. And there's an injury stoppage here for Ben Richards. So Richards, thankfully, back on his feet. He will have to lead the field of play momentarily. And after a brief team talk for both sides, it's back to business. Adamarco nods it back to Richardson. Adamarco again, looking for the thread through for Richardson. Jallow is there to pick up the pieces. Downs, first to seconds. Cody Mullen, skipping through, blue shirt after blue shirt. Here's Charlie Shaw. Crossing opportunity for Richardson. Shaw. United maintain their 1-0 advantage through Benji Adamarco. Deep corner. And Aaron Brown heads it out on the opposite wing, and it will be another set piece for the Red and Greens. It's Shaw who heads over to take it. Shaw whips it in towards the skipper, Chris Cox. Out as far as Sommel, headed up rather than on by Luke Downs. Brown brings it down. Cody Mullen latches onto it. Palmer in support. Mullen takes it all the way to the byline. Down line now for Shea Palmer, who can play as a right back. Benji Marco avoids catcher from Jallow. Nice back heel to Cody Mullen. It's dipping. It dips into the hands of Brendan Back. And Harrison goes to the ground under the faintest of touches from Chris Cox. And there is going to be an early substitution for Nuneaton Town. So Michael McGrath brought on in place of Ben Richards. It looks like that earlier injury stoppage has got the better of Richards' body. Aaron Brown launches it towards Sawyer. Chris Cox launching it down the heart of the field. Brilliant awareness from the all-time appearance record holder for Coventry United. Charlie Faulkner along the byline. Who got the last touch? It's kept in anyway by Loyiso Recchi. Looks like Nuneaton going to a back five now. They have Michael McGrath slotting in on the left side of the centre-back trio. Carivers. Hacked down by Cody Mullen. Referee said it's fair game. Here comes Charlie Shaw. Adam Marco. There's space for the through ball. On the left, on the right. Charlie Shaw for the second. And launched his body in the way was Dex Sommel. Coventry United corner coming in from the right, but it could have been so much more. Cameron Dunn was ready to strike on the left, but the avenue of approach was closed quickly. By Cameron Dunn. And off the back of Charlie Faulkner's head. It will be a goal kick. And there's been a goal in the game between Ayleston Park and Leicester Nirvana, and Ayleston Park have just equalised. It's 2-2. I think we've got some Ayleston Park fans in here. Aviston at the moment still winning against Hinckley. Jallow for a crowded midfield. Finds Carivers and playing defence or centre mid. He's in the latter of those two positions today. Harrison. With Thomas, neat into play from Nuneaton. This is more like it from the league leaders and champions-elect. Kyle Jardine, red shirt at the red shirt, piling in on the top scorer. And a lofted ball straight into touch from the number 16, Tally Jallow. And we are just about to enter added time in the first half. Coventry United maintain the 1-0 lead given to them by Benji Adamarco. Drifts to the right from Moore. Brown. Obviously going to beat Charlie Faulkner in the air, but Faulkner grabbing onto the waist of Brown as he tried to quell the leap. Free kick quickly taken by the former Highgate man. And headed into relative safety, out for the throw-in, level with the area by Harry Sawyer, and the Nuneaton are starting to believe again. Jallow, and the trailing leg caught by the former Nuneaton boy, Cody Mullen. It'll be a free kick on the right-hand corner of the box. The referee is seemingly taking the name of Cody Mullen. He is indeed. A popular yellow card for the visiting supporters. And after a long delay, we will get this free kick taken. It's Issa Sawyers, hoping to propel Nuneaton back to parity. Cameron Dunn makes up a one-man wall. It's Sawyers leaping above the rest. Cody Mullen atoning for that earlier error. Drilled back in by Sawyers and diving onto it, Dan Moore. Here's Cox. Sticks his legs through that one, and Charlie Faulkner in a race against Back. Back comes out of his area and nods it towards the touchline. Kept in by the substitute Michael McGrath. Dangerous. Pass back to Back. And a collision between Cox and Sawyers, and Nuneaton is starting to draw in the free kicks. And Cox could be the next man to enter the book. He was sent off for dissent on Saturday, and Cox is indeed heading into the book. Sawyers was gone. Appeals of a red card, I think that is a tad optimistic, but it will be a yellow card for the Coventry United legend, and his opposite number 5, Michael McGrath, will stand over the free kick just into Coventry territory. McGrath into the danger zone. Jardine's in there, and Cox leaping above the Nuneaton top scorer. Jallow, fantastic slide by Mullen. Collected by McGrath in midfield. Rivers, Harrison will chase. And his through ball hits the standing leg of Harry Sawyer. Deflected to Cox. Judges the leap of Harrison very well. And Cox with the floating ball. McGrath stretching to get his toe to that lofted through pass towards Benji Anamarco. It did the trick, and Back. Get some distance behind that one. Palmer. Precious seconds ticking away in this first half. Aaron Brown going long. Issa Sawyers. Shea Palmer doing beautifully. Good strength on show from the former Worcester man. Much to the chagrin of the Nuneaton faithful. Here comes Jallow. Danger far from over for Coventry United. Cameron Dunn knocks it away from Corey Rivers. Was there a hand on the shoulder of Cameron Dunn? Referee says no. Charlie Faulkner battling all the way with Recchi. And Recchi using all his years of non-league experience to win that battle. Anamarco claims the clearance from Back. That was pushed from behind by Dex Summel. Again, the referee's whistle stays silent. And the throw from McGrath to Summel. Cody Mullen is walking a tightrope for the rest of this match after that yellow card a few minutes ago. Issa Sawyers, back to Summel. Sawyers once more. Sandwich between Downs and Mullen, taken cleanly. And the referee ends a first half like we have not seen before here at the Butts Park Arena. The atmosphere is electric. The football was exquisite. And Coventry United enter the break 1-0 up through Benji Elamarco. We'll see you in 10 minutes for the second half. And we're back underway here on CUTV, live coverage from Liam Cook, coming to you from the Nick Newbold Stadium. Half-time score, Coventry United 1, Nuneaton Town 0. We've swapped ends, but that's all we've swapped. There was a substitution in the first half with Michael McGrath coming on for Ben Richards. But aside from that, it's as you were on the artificial turf in CV1. But Nuneaton coming out with renewed vigour, and Kyle Jardine caught late as he sprint past Jimmy Richardson for an early free kick for Nuneaton Borough. I'll take you through the latest scores in the United Counties League. Well, there is a stoppage in play. Addison 1, Hinckley 0, Ayleston Park 2, Leicester Nirvana 2, Ainsbury Rovers 0, Histon 1, Godmanchester 0, Moulton 2, and Lutterworth 1, Daventry 0. We'll have a look at some of the other games that haven't been updated on the football web pages. At Marchtown are 2-0 up at struggling Yaxley. And if we look at the Newport Pagnell score, they are of course already out of the playoff race. They are currently losing they're winning 2-1 at Easington. An early chance at redemption for Nuneaton Town. They have a title on the line here as Jardine stings the gloves of Moore in the early going of the second half. That's an awkward one for Corey Carrivers, and steaming into the right-hand side is Cameron Dunn. Will he get there in time? Yes, he will, but he needs some backup. Smacks it against the number 4, and it will be a throw, and it was his only option. Coventry trying to slow the pace down, dictate the pace. And Jimmy Richardson with the pace of a turtle at the moment. Eventually, first team coach Gary Hardett gives him the ball, which ended up on the far side of the ground. The long throw in towards Adamarco. Not a clear by McGrath. Job finished by Harrison down the centre of the park. He's a Sawyers, causing havoc for Coventry United, but easily dealt with by Cox. And Dan Moore belatedly collects with Jardine putting him under pressure. It's a strange day when Jardine is kept quiet. He has been so far. Towards Charlie Faulkner. Brown does well. Richardson heads on towards Faulkner again. Left. Liso Recchi beats Cameron Dunn to the loose ball. Driven on by Cox. Dunn, it's just escaped him. And Brendan back, ending the danger on the fringes of his own penalty area in the turquoise goalkeeping kit. Palmer leaps above Harrison, sprints towards the seconds and heads it out for the throw-in under pressure of 2 blue shirts. Shaw from the throw-in, looking to match the run of Charlie Faulkner. Faulkner closing in on back. The nerves weren't jangling for back. They may be now as Charlie Shaw intercepts and Faulkner is onside, but will leave it for Cameron Dunn. Hacked down from behind. Referee says no foul. Does now. He tried to play it over to Charlie Faulkner, but the initial infringement by Kai Thomas, enough for the man in black to blow. Kai Thomas receiving a ticking off from the referee, but it appears nothing more than that. United fans to our left want a colour of some kind. Cameron Dunn has been the man to bet on with set pieces, corners and penalties especially. Let's see what he can muster with this free kick from 25 yards. Can he send the Buttspark Arena into raptures? No, he can't. It whistles over the woodwork. It's played short from the back. Here's Brandon back. Whips it over towards Harrison. Headed on to Jardine. Shea Palmer can only pick out Jallow. Jimmy Richardson back for Coventry United. Serving up the chance to break. Cameron Dunn. Overlap being made by Harry Sawyer, and Dunn left in a heap by the towering presence of Carivers. Now Issa Sawyers being bayed on by the Borough faithful. It's Sawyers, hits the back of Chris Cox, and Luke Downs drives it away. Coventry United with one clear objective: keep Nuneaton out. Freedom of Coventry for Kai Thomas. Pulls it behind for Issa Sawyers. Backing into Harry Sawyer. And it's behind Thomas. And Downs will let that one run out for the throw right in the corner. Back here from Thomas, going to try to escape from the throw-in routine. Nuneaton have it back with Aaron Brown. Here's back. Drives it down the heart of the field. Off the top of Jimmy Richardson's head. McGrath strong in the challenge. And he's found James Harrison on the left-hand side. Harrison trying to muster some courage. Sawyer, Charlie Shaw in the way. Retrieved by Jallow. The Borough stacking men forward. The atmosphere has quietened down after the break, which will be to Coventry United's favour. Thomas collected on the near wing. And an aimless ball through the middle from Corey Carivers, and the Nuneaton fans to our right becoming more and more disgruntled. It's Shea Palmer who hoofs it down the right towards Benji Elamarco. The aerial game doesn't seem to be working for United at the moment. Their best bet is to keep it on the ground. Shaw has Charlie Faulkner beaten the offside trap. No, he hasn't. He sent it over the goalkeeper, but he sent it well wide in the end anyway. Knocking it around the back. Nuneaton Town have been so dominant this season, but they've not had that dominance today. Adam Marco staring down the eyes of Brandon Back, who's able to head it clear. He's not afraid to launch out of his box to keep his team safe. Harrison bridges it from behind, takes it to Carivers. Dex Sommel threads the needle for Kai Thomas. Cameron Dunn tracking back. Sommel, and an unfortunate stumble from Issa Sawyers may allow Harry Sawyer to edge him out, and that little stumble could have been so costly for Issa Sawyers. The goal kick from Moore, short to Shea Palmer. Striding out of his back line. Adamarco down the right has been the target for the majority of this second half. Richardson tripped on the way through, and Coventry United, I think, have been given the free kick rather than the throw. Jallow outstretching the boot. Short one to Downs. Harry Sawyer. Cox in unconventional position on this near flank. He's got Brown for company. And Jallow steams in, can't take the ball with him. Adamarco. Some more space with Luke Downs. Lofted in by Downs. And back with a competent punch and gets the free kick as well. Cameron Dunn a little too eager in that exchange. We've had 10 second half minutes here on CUTV. Coventry United 1, Nuneaton Town 0 on this most crucial of days for the away side especially. Adamarco closing down Michael McGrath, but the deflection takes it back to the Nuneaton number 1. And the support from Nuneaton for the majority of the game is now turning to anger and frustration. Harrison, and he's pirouetted around Richardson, squares it for Dick Summel, last-ditch defending from Harry Sawyer, preventing a surefire Borough equaliser. And Benji Adamarco being manhandled by McGrath on the counter. It will be a free kick, Coventry United 15 yards into their own half. The best Nuneaton have mustered in this game. Richardson, while the referee remonstrates with McGrath, gives the ball to Chris Cox, who will take responsibilities for this free kick. And it's a yellow card for Michael McGrath. The first for Nuneaton. Coventry United have had Chris Cox and Cody Mullen booked before the half-time whistle. Cox towards the left side of the area. Shake Palmer. Leap too early. Brandon back with the gather. And Issa Sawyer is trying to race down the right to catch it. Sent skyward by Harry Sawyer. Charlie Shaw flicked into the centre circle. Brown. Now Jallow. It's knocked off him by Benji Adamarco. And now Cody Mullen. The collision between Jallow and McGrath, leaving the number 5 down, and Jallow has to trap back and swipe it from the feet of Mullen at the expense of a throw-in level with the box, but the Nuneaton nearly shooting themselves in the foot. Spatial awareness between McGrath and Jallow was lacking. The United subs have been going for a warm-up, and the Nuneaton are going to use their second change of the afternoon. They've already brought on McGrath. Clearly, the Borough need more. And before that change can happen, the throwing is taken, headed on by Adamarco, straight into the waiting arms of Brandon Back. Bounces to Jardine, who's had precious little of the ball. Palmer all over him like a rash. McGrath forces the cushion out by Chris Cox, and now Nuneaton want to make their change on the attack. Charlie Jones on for Tally Jallow, a decisively more attacking option for the travelling Nuneaton, who of course only need that point to win the league. For Coventry United, it's all about picking up as many points and places as they can at this late stage of the season, and Ayleston have completed their comeback. They are now 3-2 up against Leicester Nirvana. It's a deep throw. Richardson nodded across, and it looks like Nuneaton will get there first. Indeed they will, with James Harrison. Jones trying to make the overlap. It's not on. Rivers delivery and headed high, wide, and not at all handsome by Aaron Brown, a player that Terry Anderson knows very well from his years at Highgate United. Lutterworth 2-0 up now against Coventry. Moulton have scored a third at God Manchester. Amerson still winning against Hinckley. So if Hinckley can get an equaliser, the Nuneaton don't need to win. They'll keep a very close eye on that one. from the goal kick. Charlie Jones. Who just sifted down the right. Handball claims against Harry Sawyer. It's slightly under hit to Dan Moore, but it will reach him. And Kyle Jardine putting the Coventry number 1 under all sorts of pressure. Moore doesn't buckle. Neither does Richardson, who plays it off the hip of Issa Sawyers, who now looks to be playing as a right wing back. It looks like Nuneaton are almost going to a 5-2-3. Some were playing a very high line after the substitution. Coventry can't claim possession from the front, but they will now with Charlie Faulkner snatching it from the nose of Aaron Brown. It's a death ball into the area. Sent high and out of danger by Recchi. And Adamarco stumbles into touch. A reminder of the Coventry United substitutes. They haven't been utilised yet, but the Red and Greens have Adam Miles, Billy Fielding, Stan Jube, Ryan Harkin and Lewis Wilson amongst the subs. The Nuneaton still have 2 former Coventry men in Stu Hendry and Aaron Williams on the bench as Charlie Faulkner looked level with Aaron Brown, but the linesman was right in view. Terry Anderson and Luke Morton both distraught. Probably more so that their beloved Liverpool got battered in the FA Cup semi-final on Saturday. And with the free kick will be Aaron Brown. Cox leaps, can't make contact. Harry Sawyer can. Mullen. Charlie Jones brings Nuneaton back into play. Wrestling past Cameron Dunn. Harrison. It's with Carivers. Cross to McGrath. Just got enough line to find Issa Sawyers. It's Sawyers' delivery. It's behind everyone except for Charlie Jones. But United with so many men back, he couldn't prize it through. Carivers. Handball claims against Mullen. The arms were by the side. And a pile driver into the car park from Aaron Brown. And the frustration building for the expectant Borough. And the Coventry United faithful to our left telling Nuneaton exactly what they think about that shot. .28 minutes to go. Here on CUTV, Coventry United have led since the midway point of this first half through Benji Adamarco. It's still 1-0 to Terry Anderson's men in their quest for second place. Richardson, hassled and harried by Issa Sawyers, too much for the referee's liking, hands on the hips. It's not strictly, it's not going to fly here. As it stands, the coronation will wait until Saturday. The Nuneaton will be heavy favourites against a Sileby side with little to play for. But they want to do it here in front of a raucous Nuneaton crowd. Sawyer can put that one to bed. Harry Sawyer squares it, and it's deflected in! Charlie Shaw with the final touch!
Fucking come on, mate! Come on, mate! Come on, mate! Get up!
He's been in the mood for it all afternoon. The post denied him before the break. Nothing could stop him this time. Charlie Shaw, the United number 8, putting Coventry United firmly in control against their local rivals. A death flick. Past Brendan back. The net rustling at the railway end. Charlie Shaw G's up the red and green army. And Coventry United leading the league leaders by 2 goals to 0 at the Nick Newbold Stadium. And we've got 25 to go here at the Nick Newbold Stadium. It's going to take a big effort from Nuneaton to get the point they so desperately need. And the young members of the Red and Green Army Toilet, they couldn't bring the drum today. It's gone all the way up to Hull for the Coventry City game. But they'll certainly make themselves heard, as are the Nuneaton fans in front of us. Again, apologies, you do hear a tad fruity variety of language. Cameron Dunn couldn't keep in the confines of the area. Stack box. Nuneaton able to prize it away from Cameron Dunn. A third change coming for Nuneaton, and Harrison is... So Dante Hesson on for James Harrison. The Red and Greens dreaming of step 4 like their visitors. Local supporters would love to see both sides in with the likes of Rugby Borough, Rugby Town, Coventry Spinks, Bedworth United next season. What a league that would be. Nuneaton have a more direct route, but Coventry United are looking every bit the playoff favourites. Here's Sawyers. First touch on the ball for Dante Hesson. Skips past Palmer, takes it too close to Jimmy Richardson, who plays it safe and cushions it out on the far side. Jones. And Palmer tried the acrobatic clearance. Handball claims as Jimmy Richardson held his arms by his side, and the referee made that point very clear. And the referee getting some stick from the away faithful. Be interesting to see that one back on the replay. Cocked his defensive header. Mullen. Slight touch off the head. Charlie Jones, and you have to give it to the Nuneaton fans. They may be losing, but they are still boisterous, vigorous, and loving life at the Nick Newbold Stadium as Dex Sommel takes a tumble under the challenge of Cameron Dunn, and Coventry United still not ready to use their subs yet. You can see Lewis Wilson, Ryan Harkin warming up, Billy Fielding too, who made his debut on Saturday on his dual registration from Redditch. So the free kick just on the edge of the centre circle in Coventry United's half. Well, there's one song that certainly isn't appropriate today. It's Football in a Library. You can't hear yourself think in this place. That might be my hearing aid just going down. It's out of play for a throw on this near side, Nuneaton. And they're persisting with that chance. The long throw from Kai Thomas. Brown's going up there as a makeshift striker. And he's hooked it over the bar. And the referee giving some constructive criticism to Aaron Brown, feeling he was maybe leaning into Chris Cox a little too much. 3 points again, ole ole, the cry from the Red and Green Army. It's a tad presumptuous. We are far from done at the Nick Newbold Stadium. Another 22 minutes of action. We are halfway through.
That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. That is
I've been called worse, boys, don't you worry about that. 10 years in the game, you get a fair few insults thrown at you. Cameron Dunn. Mullen's making his way through. Dunn doesn't need him. Just bounces past the far post. The through ball was on for Cody Mullen. Dunn wanted the glory.
See you outside.
20 to go. United 2 to the good. The second goal coming from Charlie Shaw midway through this second half. Here's Anamarco. Crowded out in the midfield. Dex Sommer, we've got that late winner at the Oval. Last time these two sides met. But the flick over the back line for Risa Sawyers, too close to Dan Moore. Moore rolls it on the deck and boots it down the heart of the Free Spired City. The defensive header collected by Benji Anamarco, not to Cody Mullen. Anamarco wants the through ball. It's played through for Benji Anamarco. Trapped in the corner by Kai Thomas. Needs some help. He's got Sawyer down line. Here is Harry Sawyer. Mullen through to Sawyer again. The third would clinch it. Harry Sawyer still going. And blocked by the standing leg of Luiso Recchi. High into the sky by Downs. Aaron Brown, of course, winning that aerial battle. Richardson. Cameron Dunn, the Red and Greens had the bit between their teeth. Looked for Charlie Faulkner, and Faulkner smashing it in! The stuff that dreams are made of! Coventry born and bred, CV through and through. Charlie Faulkner given the chance. Down the heart of the attack of Coventry United this afternoon in place of Ryan Harkin. He has took that chance and he has run a mile with it. Nearly bursting the net as he stuck his laces through the ball. The Nuneaton Town's title hopes not quite lying in tatters, but they won't be lifting the trophy at the Nick Newbold Stadium. They will have to wait for the Selby match in 5 days' time. Coventry United's quest for second place is well and truly on. The impossible dream is alive and kicking. Coventry United 3, Nuneaton Town 0. And it looks like the Nuneaton have made another substitution while I was just about having a heart attack announcing that goal. Someone got me Xanax. Hey, a fat lad can't live with these occasions that much, okay? And immediately from the kickoff, it will be a throw-in from the right-hand side for Nuneaton Town. Kai Thomas with ball in hand. And the header well wide in the near post from Charlie Jones. And it looks like Stanley Dube is coming on for the Red and Greens. Stanley Jube on for Cameron Dunn. Nuneaton have led the way since the outset in the United Counties League. They have been the pride of Step 5. But they aren't half doing things the hard way. They thought they'd have the title sewn up a little bit easier. They could have done it at Atherstone. Let's say bank holiday to forget. Means that the Sowerby match is the most important match in Nuneaton's history. Charlie Shaw nods that goal kick across the right-hand side. Jimmy Richardson looks for the run of Jube. The ball drifts out to the right-hand side. Throw in to Nuneaton. Let's take it for the latest. Well, we'll take it for the latest score shortly. But Nuneaton are on the back foot here. Kai Thomas under real pressure from Adamargo, feeling his breath down his neck. But a competent clearance to this near side. Atherstone still leading by 1-0 with 6 minutes to go against Hinckley. Elston Park 3, Leicester Nirvana 2, Ainsbury 1, Histon 1. Ainsbury have equalised against Histon. Moulton 3-0 up at God Manchester, and Lutterworth 2 to the good against Daventry. Faulkner sends it out off Corey Carreras, and it will be another United corner. Oh, even the linesman getting it on it, waving at the Coventry United fans. You've got to give the Nuneaton fans points for creativity. Well, the Nuneaton fans have been the most vocal we've heard at Coventry in a long, long time. United have silenced them somewhat with the third goal. Nearly got a fourth as it's headed off the line. And Coventry United are going to need to stop the game here. Charlie Shaw's gone down with a head injury. And Lewis Wilson is getting ready for an introduction for Coventry United. The former Northampton Town man lined up front with Ivan Toney and Adebayo Akinfenwa in his junior career. And with 13 minutes to go here at the Nick Newbold Stadium, play is back underway. It was Shea Palmer who was holding his head. He's been told to leave the field momentarily. And substitution will have to wait just a moment. It's dropped to the feet of back. Richardson. A long ball headed out to the right by the Greenwich United loanee. And from the throw, Richardson's got it back. Shaw drives it only as far as Aaron Brown. Sawyers off the chest. Hessen. And a hit and hope from Dex Summel. Substitution for Coventry United. Please show your appreciation for number 8, Charlie Shaw. And Lewis Wilson getting a warm welcome from the Red and Green Army. And Jones stumbled in the area. Brandon Back has to skew it out to the right. Coventry will have a throw in deep into Nuneaton territory. Ryan Harkin going for a warm-up, as is Billy Fielding. So as it stands, Nuneaton are 8 points clear. Now that is 8 points clear of Atherstone, by the way. As it stands, only 9 points in front of Coventry United, I believe. Throwing nodded out on this near side by Mullen. It's a real party atmosphere here at the Nick Newbold Stadium. Make sure you're tuning into the highlights tonight. We'll get them up as soon as we can. Well, on the plus side for the Nuneaton fans, there'll be no hangovers at work tomorrow. And the throw is to Hendry, the former Coventry United man. He's been brought into the fray. Drilled into the area by Jones and Harry Sawyer, sticking it down the centre of the park. In the centre circle, Leo Sorecci able to bring it back for Nuneaton. Charlie Jones, slipped by Kai Thomas, allows the ball to bounce into touch for a Coventry United throw, and they're going to bring on their top scorer, Ryan Harkin, at the next opportunity. Sawyer over Jones's head. Adam Marco headed to the touchline by Recchi. Adam Marco looking for Stanley Jube. McGrath plays it safe, goes home to back. Dinks it over Jube. And McGrath tried the cushion. Charlie Faulkner with the interception. It's Faulkner for a fourth. And back scrambles across to the right to smother the attempt. Hessen. Harry Sawyer latches onto that through ball. Dex Sommel. A great slide in there by Cody Mullen, who will really enjoy this one. Against the team who he started the season with. Left the borough for more game time, and Dex Sommel, with what looked like a simple pass back to Hendry, fluffs his lines. Charlie Faulkner not endearing himself to the Nuneaton faithful, but he certainly has with the Coventry United fans. A Coventrian through and through, Charlie Faulkner. He's loving life at Coventry United. One of a number of former United men brought back in the summer under the general management of Terry Anderson back then. Faulkner the only one who stayed, and he certainly proved his worth. Wilson makes the block from McGrath. Stanley Jube, look for Ryan Harkin. Rolls in front of the eager striker. Shea Palmer. Into the midfield with Lewis Wilson. And Billy Fielding will be the next man to come on for Coventry United. It's turned into a bit of a free-for-all this match. Coventry United 3-0 up, easing their way to victory. United were confident of getting the job done today. Chairman Ray Nowak said the hardest game Coventry had left was against Easington, against Newport. And the strike from Sawyers connecting with a red shirt in the area. Coventry United look unstoppable at the moment. And Kyle Jardine, you have to say, has not had the service. Jardine, the most lethal striker in this league, given the opportunity, he doesn't usually miss. He's not been given the opportunity today. Hessen. Now Issa Sawyers. Across the deck, Sommel. Can Nuneaton restore some pride? Jones to Hessen. Now it's with Brown. And Cody Mullen pokes it away. Ryan Harkin will latch onto it. Loyiso Rechi leaving the ball for Harkin. It's sent left with Benji Alamarco. Brandon back beats him to the punch. Sawyer heads away from Issa Sawyers. And again, throwing just in front of the CUTV camera. And a change for Coventry United. Substitution for Coventry United. Please show your appreciation for our number 10, Benji Alamarco. His replacement making his home debut, number 14. Please welcome Billy Fielding. As you can probably hear, Billy Fielding on there. Coming on for Benji Alamarco, a centre mid for a winger. Coventry trying to steady the ship. And with 4 minutes to go, the red and greens are nearly home and dry. Here is Fielding. Cody Mullen. Harkins waits for it in the area, doesn't reach him. It reaches Jube! And that's a fantastic save from Brendan Back at point blank range. Hendry. Kai Thomas as Nuneaton scramble up the field. Jardine. Cushion for Hessen on this near flank, trying to out-sprint Harry Sawyer. He sprint his way into touch, and some of the Nuneaton fans have seen enough. They're heading off early. Luke Downs. Harkin, now Jube. Free for Harkin. Coventry not overexposing themselves. They know they've got a game in 5 days' time here at the Nick Newbold Stadium against Easington Sports, who were doing pretty well for themselves earlier on, but aren't getting the job done at the moment. And here comes the final change. Cody Mullen, the man who Nuneaton used to cheer for. They've not been cheering for him today, let me assure you of that. He's replaced by Adam Miles. Coventry going 5 at the back. And Miles swiftly getting in on the action. Sends it into the midfield. Sommel. Nuneaton running out of time. Issa Sawyers in the last 2 minutes. Issa Sawyers straight to the feet of Luke Downs. Ryan Harkin takes it too close to Kai Thomas. Now Charlie Jones. Hessen. And curls it into the area. No one home. Jardine hasn't been on the spot today. We're about to start added time here at the Nick Newbold Stadium. It's a day that will live in infamy for the Red and Green Army. Nuneaton's title surely still awaits them, but they'll have to wait another 5 days. And here is Kyle Jardine. His first shot on goal. And Kyle Jardine will not look back on that favourably. There will now be a minimum of 7 minutes at a time. 7 minutes at a time. So 7 minutes until Coventry United can celebrate. And round the back it's Stanley Jube. Stumbles under the pressure. Squares it for Billy Fielding. Harkin's there on the right. It's Harkin. It's deflected. And it's a neat parry at the near post by Back. A scathing self-report from the Borough Army. It's nodded across the near post by Ryan Harkin. Cox collects on this near side. Hassled and harried by Aaron Brown. Cox nudged over from behind. Referee says no. And Cox seemed to have touched the ball with his arm there, but the referee waves play on. Sawyer has snatched it back. Aaron Brown. There's a real pendulum for possession in that corner of the field. Hooked down the wing by Brown. Luke Downs. Fielding. And straight out for the goal kick. And if you're just joining us here on Coventry United TV, where on earth have you been? It's been an occasion like no other. Coventry United leading by 3-0. Adamarco, Shaw and Faulkner giving the red and greens a huge boost in confidence with an emphatic victory over Nuneaton surely to come. We've had 1 minute of added time, 6 more to come. Is there hope for one more attempt for Nuneaton? No. Offside against the Nuneaton number 14. Issa Sawyers has had precious little to utilise down that wing. You have to say the defending from Coventry United has been incredible. Boot down the right-hand side from Moore. Leaping header as far as Jimmy Richardson. Harkin. Summel snatches it and back with Brendan Back. Here's Kai Thomas. Jones. Sawyer's held at bay by his namesake, and Cox will let that one bounce harmlessly out. Seconds ticking away as more and more of the large contingent of the Nuneaton fans are making their way home. Halfway through added time. 3.5 minutes of added time to go. And the Aviston score at the moment, let's have a look. Of course, if Aviston draw, the Nuneaton have won the league, but it's still 1-0. They're in the 13th minute of added time in that one, but it's still 1-0 Aviston. So as it stands, Nuneaton will need to hope that Aviston fail to win one of their final 3 or get at least a point at Sileby on Saturday. But surely it will be a task far too tall for Aviston. Thomas. Hesson with the knock through. Lewis Wilson shimmying his way left and right in front of Kai Thomas. Out for the goal kick. Three full-time scores have come in. Ainsbury 1, Histon 1, Godmanchester 0, Moulton 3 and Lutterworth 2. Daventry 0. Ayleston Park are in the 9th minute of added time in their game against Leicester Nirvana. They're 3-2 up. And they're still going at the Snake Pit as Addison lead Hinckley 1-0. And there's a head injury in the United half of the field. The long ball booted into the hands of Dan Moore from the midfield, but now the referee is going to check on Stanley Jube. And it's all over at Addison. Addison have won by 1-0. That goal in the 4th minute from Lewis Collins, securing victory for the Adders. So Nuneaton will have to wait until Saturday at the earliest. And there is a long delay here where Stanley Jube is finally making his way off the field after that head injury. We've got 1 minute of added time to go. And from somewhere, the Nuneaton lot have found a rugby ball. With some of their shooting, I've got to say a rugby ball would probably be the better shape for them today. You won't only get the best of the action here on CUTV, you get a shed load of satire as well. Ball towards Harkin from Dan Moore from the drop ball, nudged out by Kai Thomas. Just shy of the halfway line for Coventry United. They are closing in on a massive 3 points. Thomas's header from the throw. And clears after the header from Lewis Wilson. Adam Miles nods to the centre circle, collected by Hendry, a one-time Coventry United man under the tutelage of Dodson Acton, who replaced Terry Anderson in the dugout. Summel, now McGrath. Aaron Brown, and it's easily cut out by Harry Saw. A little love shove from Thomas on the way through. Recchi. Charlie Jones. Out by Thomas, back into the Nuneaton half of the field. The referee checks the watch. We're not quite done yet. McGrath. Now Hessen, shoulder to shoulder with Wilson. Still going Hessen. Little barge from Wilson. Referee says it's fair game. Brings the whistle to his lips. And it's all over at the Nick Newbold Stadium. A nightmare bank holiday weekend for Nuneaton Town, which offered so much grandeur. But the confetti stays in the pockets for now. The incredible Nuneaton support was not enough to propel their boys to the title. Coventry United rallied and gave their absolute best against the best this league has to offer. Charlie Faulkner, Benji Elamarco and Charlie Shaw giving Coventry United a hard-fought victory and putting Addison under supreme pressure for second in the league. Full-time score at the Nick Newbold Stadium, Coventry United 3, Nuneaton Town 0.